goals years ago was to fly my family first class to Australia. What I did was I wrote that down as a personal want, and it's what I wanted more than anything. Fast forward months later, we're actually invited to a wedding in Australia. So now I have the opportunity to realize that goal, but I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death because it feels like an outrageous amount of money. It's just a flight. All of these things are coming up for me. And one of the things that we do in what I teach is really looking at our beliefs and unpacking them. And there's one chapter in particular called The Terror Barrier. And the terror barrier is when you're up against something that is a stretch for you, larger than your self-image, larger than the way that you see yourself. And you've got a choice to make. Either you do it, you jump and your parachute will open, or you retreat back into safety. So this is where I am with these first class tickets. I can either purchase them or I can retreat back into safety and not do it. In lesson 7 of Thinking into Results, when you hit the terror barrier, it asks you specific questions. So I practice what I preach. I did the worksheets for it, and I just found my notebook the other day. So do you want to hear it? Do you guys want to hear what I had written down? So one of the first questions is, if you knew that you had all the talent and ability in the world, what would you do? So I wrote, if I knew I had all the talent and resources, I would fly first class to Australia with the boys. Okay, I would. If I knew I had all the talent and the resources, I would do that. And then in the second question, it asks you, actually, I should just pull it out. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm gonna pull it out here so I can get it right for you. Then it asks, like, list as many benefits as you can, but without getting emotionally involved. So here's what I wrote. I wrote, if I did this, I would increase my business revenue. I would help more people. I would fulfill one of my personal goals. I would have an experience I would be sharing with my family. I would always travel that way. And I would be raising my income to meet my lifestyle. Okay. Then the third question is, now play a mental game with yourself. Now, suppose that you are advising somebody who is in your situation and you are writing a written report advising them about moving into this goal. What would you say? So I said, isn't this fun, guys? I said, I would tell them that moving into action on this C-type goal will bring all of the resources, conditions, and circumstances to easily afford it and more. If you do not do it, you won't feel good as you check into your flight. This does not make you reckless with money. If anything, you've been very responsible and not spending it on things you don't want. You're spending on what brings you joy. This will allow you to grow in your relationship to money and give others permission to fulfill their desires as well. This will stimulate ideas and thoughts on how to make more, and in doing so, you're helping others. This will set the tone of your expectations. You are worth this. Okay, then the next question is to write down all your fears, doubts, and worries. So here were some of mine. It is irresponsible. I should put that money to our line of credit. Once that is fully paid off, then I can do these things. Who am I to travel and take the boys first class on such an expensive trip? So then what you do is we unpacked all of those and said, am I really irresponsible? Who am I to travel first class? Like, I really looked at these beliefs that were influencing my decision, but now I have to make a decision. So here it is. This is what I wrote. I'm going to make the decision to book the tickets. I am booking the tickets. I'm going to pay it off. I am worthy and I can spend my money how I please. This is my birthright. This is my divine inheritance. So this was from a few years ago, and I just wanted to share it with you because I go through this. Anytime that we are expanding or we're doing something in a different way, we're going to hit an edge. I'd asked for something. I wanted to take my family first class. I wrote that down as a goal. The opportunity presented itself, and then I was scared. I was scared because it wasn't like I just had all of that money ready to go for it. So when I was looking at that opportunity and I was scared, it was because I was looking at it from lack. So this is what the program really does. This is what our coaching does. It's really about helping you have a structure to be able to work through these things so you're just not going on an old programming. And here's what I love about it. When you have an idea and there's an opportunity to do more, like one of the things I wrote is that this will stimulate ideas on how I can serve more. I would not require to know how to serve more, how to be more effective, how to help you if I was staying small. But when I decided that I was going to answer the call to something bigger, then that means that it requires me to create in a bigger way as well, create in a different way. Does this make sense, guys? The other thing that I loved about what I wrote years ago was when I was in the position of advising someone in this, was that I said that this will allow you to grow in your relationship with money. And it did. It did so much. And it will give others permission to fulfill their desires as well. And it's so interesting because I didn't speak about that right away. It took me months before I shared that I did take my family first class. But when I did, that was exactly the feedback that I got, was that it inspired others to do the same. One of my clients took her family to Thailand and she upgraded to premium economy. Another one of my clients made a decision that she was going to make it her goal, that she loves Australia, and when she goes back, she's flying first class. So I just thought it was a hoot that I found my old books. And it's just to say to you that I am continuing to work on myself as I stretch. I'm just getting better and better. But now what's happened for me, this is years later, is I can identify those points quicker and I can move through it a lot faster. I'm not in agony as much. I still will sometimes be in agony and conflicted, but not as much. So I hope that helped you guys. I shared this on my morning call with my clients and I wanted to share it with you. So much love for you guys and can't wait to connect soon. Okay.